Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Hi. Welcome. I am Damien Nightwing. That is how you can find me on Twitter, first of all. At Damien Nightwing. My header, my is the Widowmaker 97. I am the Canadian porn king. I am a huge Canadian porn fan who pays for huge pay for your porn advocate, huge porn star advocate, lover of adult films, and I have been, of course, since I was 18. But, And this award, award for Best Fan from Canada, this video is my helpful hints for the AVN Awards coming up. The 2020 AVN Awards. January 25th. Las Vegas at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Right? The 2020 AVN Awards. The Porn Oscars. That is what they are referred to, even though there's some debate. XBiz has some pretty important awards as well. And AVN, there's some political BS that goes on with the AVN Awards and the nomination process. There is. Come on. And certain people always getting nominated, and certain companies can they're like the Meryl Streep of the Oscars. They just, here's a movie, and then, let's give, Brad and Jessica lots of nominations. Real porn fans know what's up, and the jig's been up for a while. So maybe the AVNs should focus on awarding merit and performers who deserve it versus their friends and buddies and political blah, blah, blah. Now, listen, the Oscars aren't any better, okay? There's lots of times the Academy Awards, they will give an Oscar to an actor that should have won it before, like Al Pacino winning for Scent of a Woman, Denzel Washington winning Best Actor for Training Day. When you think Al Pacino and Academy Award winning performances, Scent of a Woman doesn't it's not on your mind. When you go, Denzel Washington, he won an Oscar for Training Day. Not Malcolm X, not The Hurricane. Training Day, which is a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, the Oscars have political BS too. And now, last few years, because America's gone crazy and they're afraid of women, they're afraid of sexuality, all of white America has become racist again and hating, other cultures and other skin colors, and America's taking all these steps backwards. The AVN Awards have always had issues with their nominees, nomination process, and all that, and we know it, and we wish some porn fans, some people, wish you'd figure it out, okay? Anyway, this video is one man's recommendations to improving the AVN Awards, the structure of the show that you are telecasting, that you're streaming, that you're showing live to the world to help promote your industry. I'm just a porn fan. I buy lots of porn. I'm a horny, passionate man who likes porn and respects porn stars and the men and women in the industry who make a product that we consume. Some of us pay for it. Lots of people pretend they don't watch it, and lots of men lie about watching it, using it, even though they're everywhere on their phones now, which is awful. Just be a porn fan. I'd rather be a porn fan than a 40-year-old wrestling fan. You're 40, and you're complaining about wrestling because you don't understand it's a con, it's a work. Your favorite wrestler isn't the main event. You know why? He doesn't want to be, or he sucks. I'm just saying. Being a porn fan, moving into 2020, is a pretty cool thing to be, I think. And that's what my Twitter is built on. At Damien Nightwing. Listen, I'm the Canadian porn king. I'm just a guy who loves women. Hot, sexy women. Beautiful porn stars. I've been a fan since Ashlyn Gear. Ashlyn Gear was the first major porn star I totally loved and respected. Brings us to Kendra Lust, the best performer in the industry, and in my opinion, the best porn star of all time. Kendra Lust is right up there, even above Jenna Jameson, Ginger Lynn, Lisa Ann, Ashlyn Gear, Savannah Sampson, Nina Hartley. Boom. So, I'm also, surprisingly, I mean, if you knew me, you'd know. If you grew up with me, you would know. Not only that I was a big porn fan, I love award shows. Yep. I grew up watching the Oscars, the Academy Awards. I remember watching the Academy Awards, wondering why Return of the Jedi wasn't nominated for Best Picture as a little kid. I remember watching the Oscars going, what's Out of Africa? Why is Gandhi winning all these awards? Where's Return of the Jedi? Where's Ghostbusters? Because as you're a kid, you don't know. And then I remember watching the Oscars and seeing, oh, Aliens was nominated for... Sigourney Weaver was nominated for Best Actress. And then, Rain Man. And then Driving Miss Daisy. And then Dances with Wolves. So I watched the Oscars. I watched the American Music Awards. I watched the Grammy Awards. I watched the Emmy Awards. And all the award shows for decades and decades. I love them. I still do. I keep track of awards. I bought books about the history of winners. I'm a big award show junkie. If there's an Oscar pool, I'm in it. Wherever I'm working, we're talking about Oscars. AVN Awards. You want that recognition, right? AVN. You want to be the Oscars of porn, which you pretty much are. So when you present the award show, you should do it in a better fashion, because I've watched the last 3 AVN award shows every year, and I've been waiting to do this video for a while. And a porn star was really pushing me to do that. I mean, it's just one man's opinion. And, you know, maybe lots of people won't even watch this video, which is fine. But at least I got it out there. The AVN award show is painful to watch from any perspective. It is horrible. From the structure, the layout, the way the awards are presented, like, there's no thought, it appears. And the people who are running the AVN award show apparently have never watched the Oscars or the Golden Globe Awards. So here's one man's points, advice, suggestions to improve the AVN Awards. Especially because there's a very good chance this year I'm going to go to the AVN Awards, finally. This year, Canadian porn star legend Nikki Benz is one of the hosts for the AVN Awards. That's pretty fucking awesome. Nikki Benz is one of the best performers of all time. And up until February of this year, she followed me on Twitter for about 4 or 5 years. It sucks that she stopped following me. I'm not sure why. It still bothers me because A, she's Canadian, she's super hot, she's so good at what she does. She seems like a cool person, but it bothers me. So if you see this video, maybe ask Nikki Benz to follow Damien Nightwing again on Twitter. Maybe she unfollowed me because of political stuff, which is fair. I'm pretty harsh when it comes to my American friends, who I love and respect, but come on, the USA's got to figure it out. It's 2020, and there's too many Americans who are worried about women's bodies, women enjoying sex, and being racist. It's stupid. It's stupid. Anyway, AVN Awards 2020, January 25th. How do you make this show better? Well, I'll tell you what you don't do. And last year, it blew my mind. And I live tweeted the AVN Awards last year and 2 years ago, specifically. But last year, if you don't remember, guess how the AVN Awards started last year? They started it with In Memoriam of all the porn stars who passed away. They started the award show on a sad, tragic note. Brutal. Whoever thought that was a good idea, fired, hopefully fired. Awful, awful, awful. Horrible. Never do that again. That's not something you want to think about, and it's not something... Watch the Oscars. When do the Oscars do that segment? Into like the 2.5 hour mark. You do that towards the end of the show. You pay respect to the people that have passed away. You don't start an award show that's supposed to be happy, cheerful, and fun with, hey, look at who died last year. Look who died 2 weeks ago. Come on. That was brutal. That was dumb. And I would say classless. So never do that again. If you're watching this, never do that. There's a time and place for when you do that. Watch the Golden Globes. Watch the Oscars. Watch the Grammys. Watch the Emmys. Just do what they do. Here's another point. Some advice. If you are in charge of doing the AVN Award show, watch the Oscars. Watch the Golden Globe Awards. Watch the Emmy Awards. Figure it out, because clearly the people who are running the show, who are producing the AVN Award show, don't at all. Because the structure is horrible. Things are grouped horribly. They present top awards early in the show. Like, there's no build-up. Let's talk about the Oscars, because that's the main similarity, right? The Oscars usually start with, here's Best Supporting Actor, here's Best Supporting Actress, here's a couple important, like, maybe here's the editing, here's art direction, here's, screenplay award, blah, blah, blah. And then they go into the technical categories and stuff that people don't care about. And then they end the show with all the top awards. You do not start an award show with, the Oscars don't go, here's Best Picture, and here's Best Actor. No, please keep watching for the next 3.5 hours when we award Best Foreign Film. They don't do that. AVNs, you have to pace the awards. So my suggestion is just do what the Oscars do if you're the AVN Awards. Start off the award show with all your supporting actor, supporting actress awards, and then your non-sex stuff. Get all that stuff out of the way. Awesome. Then do some of your screenplay awards. Cool. Then get into, because porn is about OCD, organizing, grouping, and the AVN Awards have a lot of awards to present, and not all of them are going to make it on the broadcast. But you can group them. Do all your all-girl awards. Spend 25 minutes on all the foreign awards. Get all those out of the way. That's what you need to do. Group the categories that you just presented as nominations. Look at your website and go, oh, maybe this is how we should do the awards. And then you build up to the top acting awards at the end of the show. The best picture, in all the different categories. That's what you should do for the AVN Awards. Build that stuff up. You start off strong, and then you get to the middle part, and then you end strong with all the important awards. Male Performer of the Year, Female Performer of the Year, Movie of the Year, Director of the Year, and all those categories. That's what you should do. And I don't understand why it's so hard for the people that run the AVN Awards to figure that out. Here's another point of advice. Figure out how long the show is going to be and stick with it. The Oscars are usually 3 hours, 3.5 hours long, sometimes 4 hours. AVN Awards, you have lots of awards. You obviously can't broadcast them all. But figure out, we're going to be a 2.5 hour show. We're going to be a 3 hour show. Plan it. Figure it out. And then start on the hour. The Oscars don't start at 6:15 or 7:11. The AVN Awards start, who knows, sometime after, you don't know. Start on the hour. If you're going to start at 10 p.m., start at 10 p.m. That's all you have to do. It isn't rocket science. Figure it out. You want to represent your industry that you supposedly care about, and you're broadcasting and you're honoring the performers, the hardworking women and men in the industry. Showcase them in the best possible light. And if you want to be the Oscars of porn, then do what the Oscars do and structure your show more accordingly. That would be awesome. So, I don't think this is like, I'm sure someone else has come up with this and said, hey, AVNs, you should have a better award show. I can't be the only one who's mad about the AVN award show and how they're structured and anything. Maybe I am, I don't know. But those are my little key words of advice for the AVN Awards coming up January 25th, 2020. 2020 AVN Awards. Please be better. Please honor the porn stars, men and women who make this adult film industry so amazing. Show them more respect. Show them more courtesy. Honor them better. Make the AVNs truly the Oscars of porn. And come up with a structure. Come up with a tone. Organize the awards, the categories. Figure out how long the show's going to be. Start the show on time. And start it with bang. Start it with a pop shot. Then get into the foreplay. And then end it with a gangbang. There you go. Some words of advice from the Canadian Porn King. Follow me on Twitter, Damien Nightwing, the Widowmaker97. Thanks for watching this video. Cheers.